absolutely amazing. Yes, I was super nervous on stage, and the most important thing after was that I got through it and that
Even though she won over millions of fans on a world-renowned platform, it was just the start. Do you recall the little behemoth who had a golden voice and a golden smile? Those who made the judges stand and those who saw them cry? In the time since Angelica Hale's shocking performance on America's Got Talent, many child stars come and go, but Angelica Hale has become something totally unexpected. However, as the cheers died down, what transpired next? Since that jaw-dropping ending, where has her voice taken her? If you believe you know her tale, you could be astonished by one chapter that even her most loyal admirers haven't seen coming. Prepare to be captivated by the story of a little girl who is doing more than dreaming big. She is creating something really remarkable. As a Filipino-American, Angelica Hale's bicultural background has always been an integral aspect of her creative and personal makeup, and her beliefs in the importance of family and perseverance are frequently on display. Angelica, who enchanted her family with spontaneous performances at home, shown a natural ability for singing and performing from a young age. Even before she performed on a big platform, her vivacious personality and passion for music shone through. A diagnosis of a rare bacterial illness that progressed to double pneumonia at the tender age of 4 put a wrench in her otherwise idyllic existence. Her kidneys and other organs started to shut down as the infection progressed to sepsis, a severe disease. To prolong her life, doctors put Angelica in a medically induced coma and put her on extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, ECMO. Her treatment consisted of hemodialysis and peritoneal dialysis, and she spent more than 80 days in the hospital, fighting a crucial war her body had ever faced. Following stabilization, Angelica was released from the hospital, but she would still need dialysis until she received a transplant. Angelica had a kidney transplant after her mother, Ava, selflessly decided to donate one to her because they were genetically compatible. In September 2013, Angelica's transplant was successful, ending her reliance on dialysis. A lengthy road to mental and physical healing began at that moment. It was the beginning of a new chapter in her life, and the beginning of her health rebirth. It was the spark that ignited Angelica's passion for advocacy and changed her perspective on life. Not only has she been an outspoken supporter of the National Kidney Foundation and Children's Miracle Network hospitals, but she was also the first child ambassador for the organization. To many families going through the same thing, this tale of personal tragedy triumphing over serious medical challenges has been an inspiration. Speaking publicly, performing at benefit concerts, and spearheading health awareness initiatives are all ways that Angelica gives back to the places and people who saved her life. Unbeknownst to everyone, her greatest strength was about to be revealed, just when she seemed to have lost everything. Even before she became famous, while lying in a hospital bed, Angelica had a passion for music. When she was sick at her worst, music was her emotional haven. She would sing to cheer herself up, even as she had excruciating treatments. Her parents often remember this. Through this daily act of bravery and optimism, Angelica realized that music was more than simply a form of pleasure. It had a curative effect. Her father recorded her first songs on his phone and posted them to YouTube, where they quickly gained views from admirers touched by her courage and skill. Whitney Houston had a major influence on her. Angelica had an immediate connection to the song's lyrics and began mimicking Houston's singing style after hearing "Greatest Love of All" for the first time. She had a gift for picking up on and expressing the profound feelings expressed in music from an early age. Her vocal talent and emotional intelligence, which she would later use as a stage hallmark, were both enhanced by her greater relationship to music. Her ambitions were guided by Whitney's legacy. Not long after Angelica made a full recovery, her parents saw her talent and decided to put her in voice training. She began performing at neighborhood galas, retirement communities, and charity events after receiving voice training from Atlanta's top instructors. You might remember her from her early appearances at galas like the U.S. She got a taste of the spotlight at the Open Men's semifinals. These early encounters helped her develop self-assurance and stage presence, even before her national television audition. Music for Angelica became her life's work, rather than just a pastime. According to her, the emotional and mental toll that her illness took was easier to bear when she indulged her passion for singing. Fans saw more than just a talent. They witnessed a girl who had battled for her life, and each performance became a triumph over hardship. Angelica wholeheartedly welcomed this unusual journey, which proved that music could connect suffering with healing. When Angelica Hale made her debut on Season 12 of America's Got Talent in 2017, she shocked viewers and judges alike. Her moving performance of Rise Up by Andra Day moved many in the crowd to tears, even though she was only 9 years old. She stood out from the other contestants right on, because to her narrative of overcoming a life-threatening illness and her mature singing voice. With moving applause, judges Simon Cowell, Heidi Klum, Mel B, and Howie Mandel advanced her to the next round. An appropriate song for Angelica's emotional journey, Girl on Fire by Alicia Keys, was sung during the Judge Cuts round. Angelica went straight to the live performances after guest judge Chris Hardwick was so captivated by her performance that he clicked the golden buzzer. Emotions ran high as the moment made her a heavy favorite to win, and one of the youngest contestants to ever hear the famous buzzer sound on American Got Talent. Angelica's development as a creative was closely tied to her success in the competition. She received standing ovations for her performances of Zed's Clarity in the quarterfinals and David Guetta's Without You in the semifinals. Kelly Clarkson sang Stronger What Doesn't Kill You, alongside fellow finalist Keiichi Okuchi, and then Zara Larsson and Clean Bandit's Symphony put her on full display in the finals. Not only did she display her full vocal range every time, but she also had an emotional connection to the songs that transcended her years. She was second place, behind singing ventriloquist Darcy Lynn, despite her incredible performances. She became the show's youngest ever runner-up at the young age of 10. However, her narrative didn't finish there. It marked the beginning of her ascent to global celebrity. Her participation was a boon to the event, which served as both a competition and a precursor to the future, showing that true determination and skill can overcome any obstacle. Much broader cultural discourse regarding the emotional power of youth voices in mainstream media was sparked by Angelica's AGT journey. Her performances had depth and meaning beyond her years, as Billboard recalled, and Entertainment Tonight referred to her as a force of nature in a pint-sized package. The fact that she could move audiences so profoundly at such a young age began to cast doubt on the preconceptions about the artistic and emotional abilities of these children competing in talent shows. It was a calculated and meaningful decision for Angelica Hale to return to America's Got Talent in 2019 for AGT The Champions. Her return to the limelight at the tender age of 11 was marked by greater maturity and an even more commanding vocal presence than her Season 12 performance. Just receiving an invitation from Angelica was evidence of her enduring influence. AGT, The Champions brought together world-renowned performers, finalists, and outstanding talents. There was a great deal of online enthusiasm when she returned, as many people saw it as a homecoming. Fight Song by Rachel Platten was the perfect choice for Angelica's comeback performance, since it is a powerful anthem of strength and determination, just like her own life story. Judge Howie Mandel sprang to his feet in response to her performance, and he hit the golden buzzer to send her soaring into the championship round. Angelica achieved the unprecedented and astounding achievement of being the first participant in American Got Talent history to get the golden buzzer twice. Mandel lauded her undeniable fight and spirit, in addition to her powerful voice, further establishing her as a legendary performer from the concert. After her initial run, Angelica returned to the stage for an encore performance of Chantel's Impossible, a brutally painful song that allowed her to showcase the emotional depth and control she had honed. The judges, who were struggling to control their emotions as they tried to put into words her extraordinary talent for singing about profound anguish and redemption, gave her a standing ovation. The fact that her performance had left an indelible impression and attracted new fans all around the globe was even more remarkable to them. The homecoming of Angelica was notable for more than just her fame. An artist with a soul, Angelica has been humble ever since she was a little girl, and her admirers have always loved it. Her whole stint in Champions confirmed her maturation as an artist. She had disproved her reputation as a child prodigy and established herself as a full-fledged performer on par with the world's finest. She went from being a reality competition to a legitimate artist, on the cusp of long-term superstardom, thanks to the exposure. The fact that Angelica realized that the platform could quietly rebrand her whole image, through presentation as well as performance, was another distinguishing feature of her return. Her gradual transformation from a youthful artist was reflected in her more polished and adult demeanor, which she achieved with her hair and stage presence. Many remarks alluded to the fact that Angelica had altered her voice, and critics and fans alike praised her professional and personal progress. Media outlets saw her as a new icon for young artists, saying that her poised performance on AGT, The Champions, was more than just a reunion. It was a relaunch. As if to mark her passage from TV competitor to acclaimed vocalist, Angelica's life after AGT has been jam-packed with high-profile concerts. A memorable performance from her early career occurred at the U.S. She sang America the Beautiful before tens of thousands of people in Arthur Ashe Stadium during the 2015 Open Men's semifinals. This performance proved that she belonged on grand platforms and introduced her to a national audience beyond AGT fans. As her resume became longer, she was asked to sing the national anthem at many NFL games, one of which being a Dallas Cowboys versus Atlanta Falcons game at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, her hometown. Fans were captivated by her composure and vocal strength when she performed at Heinz Field during the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Baltimore Ravens rivalry game. She was able to demonstrate her resilience in the face of intense live performance pressure at these prestigious televised events, while also reaching new audiences. Angelica sang Girl on Fire by Alicia Keys while riding the Sprout Float in the 2017 Thanksgiving Day Parade, which took place during the 91st Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. She took full advantage of the nationally broadcast event, which was her second chance to shine, and she ended up being one of the most memorable performers in that year's parade. Simultaneously, she made an appearance on Steve Harvey's Little Big Shots, where her stunning performance of I'll Be There solidified her status as a rising artist with a voice that could convey deep emotions. A highlight of Angelica's eventful year was her appearance on America's Got Talent Live. Join the rest of the 12 participants on their tour. The tour stopped in a number of places, giving her the chance to perform in front of massive crowds on a regular basis. The performances helped her become more physically fit, improve her stage presence, and strengthen her bonds with her audience. Taken together, these high-profile performances helped her grow into her own and established her as a talented, adaptable young actor. Collaboration opportunities in performance, cross-cultural projects, and youth empowerment forums are expanding as a result of Angelica's increasing global profile. She shared her insights and experiences as a performer, survivor, and advocate in 2021 through her participation in virtual panels and worldwide live streams focused on youth resilience and creative expression. Through these channels, Angelica was able to connect with fan groups and youth organizations all across the world, including those in Asia, Europe, and the Americas. She became more than simply a singer when she was able to use her voice in various contexts to inspire other young people to follow their aspirations despite obstacles. She became a role model for kids throughout the world. Still, Angelica had more in store for the crowds. Her next stop would be much more monumental than she had anticipated. In 2019, as a special guest on the TNT Boys Listen the World Tour, Angelica Hale started her serious transformation from national talent to worldwide performer. Incorporating her into the roster of the already popular Filipino boy band was a clever way to combine the talents of two youthful, talented singers while also paying homage to her Filipino roots. Angelica wowed crowds with her powerful ballad performances in big locations like Edmonton and Los Angeles. During the tour, she sang legendary songs like Hero by Mariah Carey and Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston, proving once again that she is a singer who can handle difficult songs. She emerged as a worldwide artist because to her ability to connect with followers across boundaries, and Canadian audiences were especially responsive. While Angelica's early tour cancellation was heartbreaking for both her and her fans, it did show how strong and resilient her character was in the face of health challenges. In her spare time away from the concert stage, Angelica kept herself busy online, providing entertaining updates, performing live streams, and communicating with her expanding worldwide fan base. Not only has Angelica performed at the TNT Boys Tour, but she has also sang the national anthems at a 2018 NHL game between the Ottawa Senators and the Florida Panthers, and was a featured performer at the high-profile charity event Celebrity Fight Night with David Foster, which was attended by A-listers. Her horizons have expanded, and her worldwide popularity has grown with each of these appearances throughout the world. Thanks to her global tour and other forms of worldwide fame, Angelica is now a role model for aspiring Asian American musicians attempting to make it big in Western culture. She has spoken on the importance of embracing her Filipino roots while playing on global platforms in interviews and on media channels like ABS-CBN and the Philippine Star. She is proud to be Filipino American. Angelica stated in an interview that she hopes other youngsters who are similar to her would believe in themselves and their abilities. For this reason, her concerts and tours across the world do more than simply showcase her skill. They also help advance the cause of Asian representation in the arts, marking a significant cultural turning point in a field that is always striving to be more welcoming and diverse. The next logical step in Angelica Hale's career was a daring shift from cover artist to original music composer, which she started when she was 11 years old. Her own struggles with illness and subsequent recovery served as inspiration for songs about overcoming adversity, having faith in one's abilities, and holding on to hope. She made her debut in 2019 with the stirring pop hit Feel the Magic, which captures her path and ambitions. Her expanding online fan base enthusiastically welcomed her newfound musical prowess with the release of the song and accompanying music video on her YouTube and Facebook channels. Feel the Magic, her debut extended play, had songs like Overcome, which explored her inner struggles more deeply, and a more mature, polished sound overall. Angelica was able to hone her creative voice via her work with experienced producers and co-writers. Her preparedness to be acknowledged as a storyteller and vocalist was signaled by the EP's release on prominent streaming platforms, including Spotify, iTunes, and Amazon Music. In addition to allowing her to engage with fans through unique storytelling, it was a break from her AGT persona. In 2018, Angelica released the Christmas-themed EP Christmas Wonder, and in 2019, she released Joy to the World, both of which served as building blocks for her victory. Throughout the projects, she showcased her unique vocal style by reimagining traditional Christmas tunes in contemporary settings. After receiving rave reviews for its young energy and comforting melodies, the Christmas album quickly became a tradition in many households. Her reputation as an accessible singer who could unite people of all ages with her classic Christmas singles was further cemented. She delivered a string of hits over the following few years, and her self-assurance as a songwriter grew with each one. Among these songs were No Time to Waste, from which Sepsis Alliance benefited, Looking Up, and Set a Place at Your Table. Angelica grew not only as a talented singer, but also as a storyteller with each composition, weaving themes of strength and resilience against a backdrop of vulnerability. With each new album, her real-life experiences, young grit, and limitless heart became more apparent, and she solidified her position as an artist. More than just a creative development, Angelica's foray into songwriting is emblematic of a generational trend toward Gen Z musicians' increasingly open and honest expression of emotion through their music. She has expressed her desire to compose music that helps people feel less alone in several interviews. Billie Eilish and Olivia Rodrigo share this vision, reaching audiences all over the world via personal narratives. There will soon be a need for music that depicts genuine hardships and victories, and Angelica's lyrics reflect that need with their repeated references to healing and inner power. Her songs are a blend of nostalgic lyrics and infectious melodies, and she is part of a new wave of musicians who are using music as a tool for self-discovery and empowerment. Following her breakout performance in the musical film American Reject in 2022, Angelica Hale's acting career took off. She brought a sense of optimism and positivity to the screen, as Anna, a young girl who helps a dejected reality show competitor overcome her fears and disappointments. Her sincere performance earned her high marks from critics, who noted that she could hold her own with more seasoned performers while still injecting the film with humor and emotion. Her voice was perfect for children's TV, since it was both upbeat and expressive. Many were astonished by her ability to portray emotions simply by speaking them. She began her voice acting career playing Peggy the Polar Bear on Disney Junior's TOTs. Afterwards, she provided Ty's voice for the Celebrate Chuggington special, and starred as the titular character in Maya Unstoppable, a series that celebrates the resilience and inventiveness of young girls as they face and conquer adversity. Her flexibility was on display in these undertakings, which also brought her a new generation of followers. Among Angelica's many acting accomplishments, her 2025 Broadway debut in Boop was perhaps the most daring. This musical is a modern take on the original Betty Boop series. An essential new character that helps reinvent Boop's world for modern-day viewers is Trisha, played by Angelica. Reviewers were effusive in their praise of Angelica's charisma, vocals, and enthusiasm when the play premiered at the Broadhurst Theatre. She spent years honing her craft, which included live singing, acting, and dancing, to fulfill the role's demands. Her versatility as an actress, voice actor, and stage performer belies her youth. As has been her trademark throughout her music career, Angelica seizes any chance that comes her way. A rising star in musical theater and family media, she has a dedicated fan following and is gaining renown in the entertainment world. The passion of storytelling, whether via music, animation, or live performances, is what distinguishes her increasingly artistic career. Angelica has dabbled with live television and special event performances that blend singing and acting in addition to written parts. She has performed songs, presented comedic segments, and engaged in character-driven shenanigans in her appearances on Christmas specials, celebrity galas, and televised charity events. These performances have helped her develop abilities that any artist hoping to have a long career in the industry needs: the ability to improvise, interact with the audience, and broadcast live. With each performance, Angelica proves once and for all that she is a multi-talented performer capable of stealing the show. By turning her own health struggles into a rallying cry for kidney disease and sepsis awareness, Angelica Hale has become a formidable advocate. By becoming the first-ever kid ambassador for the National Kidney Foundation, NKF, in 2017, she was able to talk about her experience getting a kidney transplant and how important it is to take care of one's kidneys. Angelica has relentlessly fought to promote organ donation and aid individuals impacted by kidney illness through PSAs, live-streamed fundraisers, and visits on Capitol Hill. Her work has been crucial in raising awareness about the importance of kidney health and the life-saving effects of organ donation. Angelica has been an outspoken supporter of sepsis awareness campaigns alongside her work with the NKF. She co-founded the It's About Time campaign to raise awareness about the early warning signals of sepsis with the Sepsis Alliance after surviving the disease at the age of 4. She was honored with the 2018 Aaron K. Flatley Spirit Award for her role in this campaign, which highlighted her commitment to utilizing her voice to save lives. The public now has a far better grasp of this potentially fatal illness thanks in large part to Angelica's efforts to raise awareness about the need for prompt medical attention. In her mission to encourage and uplift people, Angelica collaborates not only with national campaigns, but also with a wide range of health organizations and institutions. She has shared her experience and songs with children in uplifting ways at Seacrest Studios, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Her involvement in these endeavors demonstrates her dedication to assisting others facing health issues by drawing on the transformative power of empathy and perseverance. Inspiring others via the telling of her survival tale, Angelica Hale's charitable endeavors are driven by her personal experiences. She is a living embodiment of the values of compassion and advocacy, and she has changed lives by speaking up about important health concerns. Her work sheds light on similar health journeys and helps to educate others. Not only has Angelica visited hospitals and participated in advocacy activities, but she has also performed at charity concerts throughout the country. Performing with other famous entertainers and charitable people, she has helped generate money for children's hospitals and cancer research on Celebrity Fight Night. More than merely a musical contribution, her appearances at these events act as emotional touchstones, drawing audiences closer to the issues she champions. As a young humanitarian dedicated to healing via voice and action, Angelica continues to blend her musical talent with a deep sense of purpose, whether performing solo or alongside other artists. This solidifies her status as both a performer and an activist. You won't believe her digital mastery until you hear her voice in front of a crowd. Digitally, Angelica Hale is just as influential as she is in the music and acting industries. With a variety of content, including music videos, vlogs, and live performances, her official YouTube channel has gained over 3.36 million followers and is still going strong. Her devoted following seeks out her channel for more than just amusement. They also find motivation and camaraderie there. She interacts with her 1.5 million Instagram followers by sharing exclusive material, behind-the-scenes looks, and clips from her performances and everyday life. One of the most approachable young stars in show business, her authentic character comes over in her posts. Beyond conventional social media, her digital impact reaches far and wide. Angelica frequently expands her following on TikTok, a platform that values originality and authenticity by sharing singing challenges, humorous films, and family experiences. She has also achieved great success on Facebook, where her diverse fan base of over 3.9 million people attests to her universal appeal. Angelica knows how to use each platform in its own special way, whether she's promoting her music, bringing attention to a cause, or simply sharing a hilarious video with her sister. To cash in on her fame, Angelica opened an online store offering branded goods, including clothing, accessories, and holiday-themed products. The goods she releases allows her followers to experience her journey firsthand and highlights how her style and messaging have evolved over the years. Angelica has also partnered with brands that share her values of positivity, creativity, and empowering young people through endorsement deals. As a result, she is able to earn money without compromising her principles. Impressively, Angelica Hale's net worth is anticipated to be about $3 million as of late 2024. Music royalties, concert tours, acting gigs, brand collaborations, and YouTube monetization make up her income. What really sets her apart, though, is not these figures, but rather her capacity to maintain relevance, relatability, and grounding. Her path is far from finished, and she has many more wonderful chapters ahead of her as an ever-evolving artist, performer, and advocate. Virtual concerts, live Q&As, and collaborative live streams with other young artists are just a few examples of the interactive material that Angelica uses on her digital channels to engage her audience. She maintained her presence and lifted others with online performances and supportive words during the COVID-19 epidemic, all through the power of the internet. She went so far as to launch a culinary program with her younger sister, but it was short-lived. This gave her brand some personality and gave followers a glimpse of her outside of the spotlight. This is an example of her resourcefulness in finding new ways to connect with and make the most of the platform. Much obliged for your time. Like, comment, and subscribe for more motivational videos like this one if you liked it. Furthermore, stay put. To continue viewing, click on the video that appears next. We will meet there.